right, okay. The live stream is up. Come on, come on. I'll post the link in a sec. Let me share my screen. Screen number 2. Alright, okay. The live stream is up. Fantastic. I'll post the link in a sec. Let me share my screen. Screen number 2. Alright, I'm gonna post this in the chat. So if anybody wants to share the live stream, then they can do it from here as well. All right, with that said, I'm going to start the recording. Let me just make sure my phones are muted.
Health has an electromagnetic field that protects and keeps us alive with.
Okay, enough of that. All right, I think I'm ready to go. Make sure my hair is looking good. Record to the cloud. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's presentation. This is the last Monday of the month, and I don't know about you, but I'm absolutely excited to be sharing with you over the next hour or so this information that personally made a massive difference to me when I came across this not too long ago. Literally looking at the top of the year in January. At some point, I came onto a Zoom similar to what you are doing right now. And I heard some information which literally was mind-blowing. So all I would say, ladies and gentlemen, is as we go through tonight's information, be in a place where there's no distractions, so you can take the information in properly, especially if this is your first time and if you're returning to coming back to learning more. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, my name is Leroy. I'm going to be your host. I'm going to be sharing the information with Simone, and we're very excited to be presenting what this is all about. So this company, Tumol, has got a really amazing opportunity, not just with their product, but with their income side. So we're going to be talking about two sides of the business today, ladies and gentlemen, for those people who want to know more about how they can, maybe add to their finances. We know we're in a tough time financially around the world. So we're going to be touching base on that later on as we go through. But right now, let me dig into tonight's information. So as you see here, it does say an opportunity of a lifetime. And for me, that is a product of a lifetime, because this has made such a massive difference in such a short period of time. Now, a modern day lifestyle, my friends, is, something that is something to be desired, I would say. Something not to be desired for. It's a challenge. It's helping. What's causing a lot of problems out there, not helping your body maybe at its optimal levels. And so we're seeing all around us, my friends, modern day sickness and disease. And a lot of it is just through a lot of these fast foods, the way they're cooked, processed foods, things of that nature. Having it now and then may not be such a bad thing. It may not, be the end game for you. But if you have this as a main staple, my friends, you're doing some serious harm to your body. We're going to be talking about what happens when you make this your staple, these ice creams or fast foods and things of that nature. And even on the other flip side, for those of you who are going out there with your best will, getting your veggies and you're making sure they're the best produce. These things are sprayed to death. So by the time we even get it on our tables at home, they are the soil that's in them in the first place is depleted of any minerals. And then the fact is they're sprayed to death with pesticides and all sorts of stuff. So again, a lot of the time, a lot of the food is bankrupt. There's not enough nutrition in there to actually support your bodies the way God intended it to be. So we're going to be diving into what is a real big challenge in 21st century living, my friends. So let's just have a look at this, okay? This is, ideally a scenario if you can get your plates every day to have as many different colors of the rainbow on your plate. Fantastic, right? That's what we always aim for, but it's not always the case. And if that's not the case, guess what? We are in a situation where the foods that I showed you on the previous slides creates this big problem that we're facing into today's day and age, right? Acidity, that in the body, that in your blood. Now, almost 100 years ago, this gentleman here won a Nobel Prize for his thesis, and it was the primary cause and prevention of cancer. Now, imagine that, my friends. Almost 100 years ago, this gentleman here, Otto Heinrich Warburg, he demonstrated that the metabolism of tumors was basically based on these two forms that if you have this in your body, it's going to develop into a challenge that we're seeing today. All right, massive problem that we're seeing today: acidosis, which is acidity of the blood, okay, and hypoxia, which is lack of oxygen. So you have those two, you're going to be having a challenge. Not me telling you that. This is a gentleman who over 100, almost 100 years ago, won a Nobel Prize based on his research. Okay, so it says here, cancerous tissues are acidic tissues, healthy ones are alkaline tissues. So let me just go back to what I just showed you at the top of the meeting, my friends. If your day-to-day eating or your habits or your lifestyle is based on what you see on the left, as opposed to what you see here, you're not giving your body the fuel it needs. I just filled up my car with some gas just now. Guess what? My car takes premium petrol. If I chose something else, the car wouldn't like it. It may even start to reject it, right? It may not perform the way it's been designed, let alone me and you, my friends. So we need to give our bodies what our body needs, what our body requires. And like I said, we are, I feel generally a lot of the foods that we are having are not in our best interest. Okay, so if saying all of that, what does it actually look like? Now, I'm no doctor. I didn't spend years in medical school. No, I spent many years doing IT and doing other things of that nature, right? But something that happened many years ago, almost 30 years ago, 30 plus years ago, when I had a cousin of mine pass away from cancer, I started to really get a fascination into what could have prevented that, okay? And how, tumors, I never heard of this stuff back then in my 20s, what could have been done to prevent this situation. Now, look at what I'm showing you on the left, okay? This is, I'm going to introduce you guys, if you're brand new to this, to free radicals, okay? Now, free radicals is an isolated oxygen atom that is, in our bodies. Now, too much of that becomes very harmful to us. You're going to see the effects of that same way, like that little video here. That's what we want to see, right? Cell oxidation. Now, what I'm going to tell you about sharing with you is something that's going to help your cells be healthy, okay? Primarily, that's what we want to get to. We don't want the situation on the right where our cells are being depleted and the cells are clumping together and causing a lot of the challenges, the health challenges that we're seeing out there. So again, this documentation and research was done back in 1954. So most of you guys weren't even a twinkle in your parents' eyes back in 1954, right? So all of this information is nothing new I'm sharing with you. We didn't just find about this yesterday. No, this information has been out there for a very long time, and we are seeing, I think it's speeded up, like the challenges that we are seeing in today, 2026. We're seeing a massive attack on our bodies, my friends. So let's have a look at this. The outer appearance, that you're going to see as a result of these free radicals running around in our bodies. If you pay attention to what's going on and you see the outer appearance of what's happened because of maybe some choices, lifestyle choices, things of that nature, reaching for a bottle of soda or otherwise reaching for some water. Now, my friends, I'm not the guy to tell you that I was on my, on point when it came to drinking water, when hydrating myself. No, I wasn't the best at it, right? Up until literally February, I was nowhere drinking the amount of water that I should be drinking for the size of my body, right? And so we're going to be talking about what this product helps massively for those people who were like me, weren't drinking enough and having maybe these free radicals running around in my body and not being able to actually do anything about it, not effectively enough, put it that way. So we want to, of course, live a long life. Generally we are living longer, right? As a nation, as a people, we're more health conscious than we were. And so, which is why we're going to be talking about some money tonight. So it's one thing to live a healthy life, fantastic, and I hope we all do that. But we'd also need the money to go along with that, all right? The two go hand in hand, my friends, and so we're going to be touching about that a bit later. So just looking at this picture here, of course, the effects of free radicals, we do not want the image on the right-hand side. We also want the image on the left-hand side, okay? We want to know that we are looking our age and maybe even younger than our age, right? Just naturally, and not older than our age because of the things that we cannot see but exteriorly we are seeing the effects of that. Okay, so you asked me the question, how can we reduce acidity and free radicals in our body? Fantastic question, my friends. We're going to understand the chemical reaction in magnetized water. Okay, and this company, my friends, isn't just any magnetized water. This is a game changer in my field. For me, they're in a category of their own. So I'm going to play a short video to introduce you to what we're talking about, and then we'll come back and go through some more information. So sit back, check this out.
When we are thirsty, we fill a glass with tap water or drink some water from a plastic bottle. After all, water is water, right? Magnetized water is popular in Japan. But before we get to know its properties, it is important to understand how and what happens to magnetized water. If you take some water to analyze, you will notice that its molecules are disordered. This is because of the minerals. When submitted to magnetic fields, the molecules turn back into their normal state, which makes the water more beneficial to our health since it heightens the energetic balance of the body and strengthens the immune system in general. That's why magnetized water helps prevent many diseases of the human body. Did you know that more than 70% of our bodies are formed by water? We need to replenish water to eliminate toxins from the body, hydrate tissues and cells, help the kidneys, facilitate blood flow, to fight bloating and boost immunity. Some of the benefits of magnetized water are helps in nutrition and hydration of cells, aids in cell cleanse, reduces blood acidity and the excess of free radicals in the body, increases the oxygen in cells and blood, makes the hair softer, moisturizes the skin, leaving it soft and healthy, aids in the prevention of many diseases, lowers blood sugar levels, preventing diabetes, helps prevent many types of cancer, reduces the risk of osteoporosis and fractures by increasing the bone density and bone resistance, avoids premature aging, increases energy levels. According to studies published by the National Institutes of Health, USA, drinking magnetized water means more quality of life. If you already knew about magnetized water, tell us what you think.
All right, so there you go. There's so many immense benefits of magnetized water. Why wouldn't you want to try it, have it, and utilize it for yourself? So the chemical reaction of water when supermagnetized is known as water hydrolysis. This is where H2O dissociates into OH minus and H plus. Okay, so let's have a look at that. H2O dissociates into OH minus and H plus, leaving behind these clusters, these hydrogen ions. So I'm going to show you in another short video on what happens when you got this clustering of water that takes place. Now, if you have minerals, you're going to have this reaction called hydrolysis ions, and a form of alkaline hydrolysis takes place. So I'm also going to introduce you to what this company has, which has calcium and magnesium. When consuming magnetized water, it reduces the body's acidity. So the very thing I spoke about at the top of the meeting, my friends, is a way in how can we reduce the body's acidity and the free radicals that are in our bodies. So let's look at that. The main objective here is when you drink the water, the hydrogen ions react with the excess free radicals in your body, forming water. So when you start drinking this water, my friends, you may start finding maybe even a slight detoxing effect, because now those free radicals, you know, the question I asked earlier, how can we deal with acidity in the body and free radicals? Well, here's your answer. Okay, so you have this neutralizing effect that takes place with what we have with our amazing product, my friends, that you're going to be learning more about. So if you can do that, if you know the two things that are running rampant out there, which is acidity in our bodies, in our blood, and free radicals, I'm sure you will agree that you would want to be able to deal with it in an effective way that's easy to do. And I'm showing you something that everybody does, which is drink water. Now we're going to add some secret sauce to it that makes this even possible in the first place. So as you heard on the video, as you should know, and if you don't know, well, now you know, our bodies are made up of over 70% of water, way over 70%. If you measure the different organs in our body, they all need water. Our brains need water. Our brain is mainly made up of water. You know, if you get headaches and you're feeling dehydrated, it's probably because you haven't got enough water in your system. Okay, it's running on empty. Okay, and then we don't have that what's it called, that light that comes up. You know, on your car dashboard, if you get that orange light that comes up on your car dashboard and it's telling you your either your engine light comes on, hey, you know you best not be messing about with that, right? Or you get the oil light that comes up, you know that you need to sort that out. Otherwise, you could ruin your engine, right? So fortunately, we don't have necessarily those same lights, but we do. Our body tells us certain things that we can do to stop us being broken down. We do not want to be broken down in our bodies, like we do not want our car to be broken down on the high street or on the high road when we are stranded. Okay, so guess what we can do, just like what we do in our cars, we need to make sure our radiator has enough water in it, because if it doesn't, it's not going to function. We need to make sure there's enough oil in our bodies. Same way with our water, my friends. Something that is, accessible to everybody out there, but not every water, my friends, is of the same quality. So Moni, I'm sure you will agree with me that when the water that is out there, they're not all the same. I just literally bought some myself just a little while ago, and the price I paid for the water I picked up is very different to some of the other brands that are out there. And there's, we're not going to go into all of that, but the quality of water you take, whether you're drinking it from the tap or whether you're drinking it from a filter, and so there's many different ways, but whichever way you take it and whichever way you receive it, you want to make sure you get the best quality. And so, we're advocates of getting the best quality before you apply this product to it, because it's just going to work even more effective. Okay, so it says here, water determines disease, water determines health. Appropriate, adequate water restores health. Ionized water hydrates, alkalizes, antioxidizes, and detoxifies. Water can be used as a medicine. So that's Dr. Leia Ribeiro, a gentleman from Brazil. I understand. There's a doctor that I came across many years ago. Again, he was a big advocate, massive advocate. You can Google him and do your own research on him. They call him Dr. Batman, but he's actually, I think, Bathman. He has a book, and the book literally changed my life on my understanding about water. His book was called The Body's Many Cries for Water. And this, my friend, was an eye-opener, because he was treating his patients, which were in prisons, with water. They had all different health challenges, and he was helping them by increasing their level of water. Can you imagine that? Some of the things that they thought they may have to get this for and that for, and he was treating them with water. Okay, so again, this is something, let me just mute the lines here. This is something that, everyone can benefit from with what we're sharing with you tonight. So I hope you get to this point in the presentation where you understand that water, there is a massive difference. Okay, we're going to talk about water that hydrates against water that does not hydrate. All right, and so you could be the middleman, just drinking water and just passing through your body, and you're not even getting the benefits. You're not feeling hydrated. You're not feeling the effects of the water that you're drinking. Okay, so we're going to look at a prime example of that. Imagine this is obviously clear, somebody that may not be drinking enough water, maybe drinking too much soda. The image on the left is, you can see there's life in it, right? There's a tank there. There's bubbles at the top. There's life. There's oxygen going on there. I was actually at an event on the weekend, and they had this big massive fish tank, and I got to take a picture by it. But you just saw it was beautiful. It's all these different fishes, and it's like, yeah, that's been well looked after. That's been well taken care of, as opposed to what you're seeing on the right. There's no care. There's lack of. So that is pretty amazing. And just if you knew that you was doing that to yourself, you was ending up with the situation on the right as opposed to the left, just because of your, maybe you don't like the taste of water, you're not drinking enough water, and you decide to drink something else instead, and making that your staple, I'm sure you would make different decisions. Okay, and so for me, somebody who wasn't drinking enough water, to now going the other way, I drink way more than what I was drinking before, and I'm feeling the benefits of that. Simone, I don't know if you was like that much yourself when you came on, when you first got introduced to this, if you was a water drinker, or was you like me, barely drinking? Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, hello everybody. I thought, like before, I thought I drink a lot of water. because all the time I drink just like I get a little bit, I drink a little bit, and I thought it's okay. When I started this project, I realized I was not drinking enough, probably like 1 liter. Because then after you know how much your body needed, then it's different. Because some people say, oh, but I drink a lot, 2 liters a day. Okay, how much you weight is all this about, isn't it, as well?
Right.
And if it's really hydrate your body, that's why I love it. Today I was in the Dartmoor here close to my house, and we went to the river. And in there it's like impossible. Like when you look at the river, you see the movement. For the water to be life, it need to be like that, isn't it? Need to be oxygen, sunlight, movement, need to be in the rocks with the minerals, energy, everything is in the nature. And that's why when you start drinking the water, like when you go and get the water from the river, isn't it, Leroy? You feel like a difference. And that's why people don't like to drink water, because it's not the same like in the river, isn't it?
Yeah, that's definitely. I mean, we are literally going to be sharing with you how you can get as close to having that effect with you, with water that has life in it, and you know, you feel energized by, you know, having this product, and you feel the effects of it. You know, just like I'm showing you there in that imagery. You know, water has life; it needs movement, and so, you know, you're going to be talking about that in more detail. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be sharing a short video, 2-minute video, again, that going to introduce you to what this company has done to allow you to be able to have this product in your household anywhere around the world. So, again, sit back, and I'm going to kick this.
First, the water that most people drink has lost its original structural characteristics from when it was alive in nature. In springs, streams, and rivers, water is constantly moving. This favors its oxygenation, in addition to its structure being composed of small molecules, which increases its hydration power in the body. When water is stored or kept in containers, its surface tension is altered. Thus it becomes much heavier, with the formation of large molecule clusters, which are completely disorganized and lose oxygen. This molecular change compromises the penetration of water into cells that form organ tissues. But the original characteristics of water, so necessary for a good cellular hydration, can be restored. This is where magnetic treatment comes in. When water is subjected to a magnetic field, an event called hydrolysis occurs, which means breaking up of water. That is, the movement caused by the molecules causes a rupture of the clusters and promotes rearrangement into much smaller structures. Thus, these H2O molecules penetrate the cells much more easily, promoting better cellular hydration and cleaning. The second point observed in the various studies carried out with magnetized water is that it contributes to a reduction of excess of free radicals. How does this happen? When water undergoes magnetic treatment, there is an ionic dissociation, that is, the H2O water molecule formed by 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom breaks up, releasing hydroxyl ions and hydrogen ions. Excess free radicals that are present in the body are negative ions, and they combine with hydrogen ions, forming new H2O molecules, thus removing them from the body. This is a very simple chemical equation that has been observed by several researchers. The third point is about the contribution to the maintenance of blood alkalinity, helping the mechanisms of our body. In hydrolysis, as we have seen, there are negative hydroxyl ions left over. This hydroxyl reacts with magnesium and calcium ions present in vital environments of our body, forming alkaline hydroxyls, in this case magnesium and calcium hydroxyls. These reactions help in the maintenance of blood pH and oxygen content. It is for all these reasons that water treated magnetically helps in the maintenance of good health.
Yes, my friends. So, as we saw there, I'm going to break that article down, or that picture down, so that you really get to see how this works in effect. So each cell, as you heard, it needs to be, receiving nutrients. Okay, it needs to receive oxygen. It needs to be hydrated. Okay, so this is literally what we're seeing out there, and probably the reason why I wasn't feeling much from my water prior to coming into this company. Now, as you saw here, water without magnetic treatment it's got, you know, this clusters that we spoke about initially, right? So hard water full of clusters, you're going to have this bottleneck situation happening. So your cells are not receiving all what it should do, right? So partial hydration at best on your cells is taking place. So just that magnetic effect, you know, when we spoke about the magnet breaking down, you know, sending out that signal to break down those clusters, right? It now allows the water to be penetrated into your cells. So when you have that magnetic treatment going on, people are, you know, you'll hear people say this, oh, it feels so light, it's much more absorbing. And I'm like, for me, you know, I kept hearing that until I took it myself, and I'm like, man, this water it's easy, it's nice to drink. You know, I don't even want the other drinks that are being offered to me. Give me water, let me top up my water instead. And now it's so easy. It's literally night and day to based on where I was in my journey, and I'm feeling the massive benefits for that. So it says here, the magnetization breaks up the clusters, decreasing water hardness, promoting hydration and total nutrition of the cells. This is what happens when water hydrates. So as we said earlier, there's a difference between water that doesn't hydrate and water that does hydrate, and this is the reason why right in front of you. Okay, so some of the benefits of we're talking about with this company is that alkalizing the blood, reducing the excess of free radicals, and improves oxygenation. So if you do that, this is part of your day-to-day regime to be healthier, guess what? You're going to notice the effects. I don't know if it's going to be today, don't know if it's going to be tomorrow, but over time you're going to notice the effects of making this your daily staple. It just goes without saying. Some people have, you know, lacked enough water for years. They're not drinking enough. And so this isn't a miracle product. It's just you giving the body what the body requires and letting the body start to have that process of healing within itself. So you can look up this product, this what we call Psilocymol, this technology created by this company called Timor, and you'll see studies, research being done that, you know, you'll hear third-party documentation, and no more powerful than something that's presented. I'm always a big believer of that validation, third-party validation, rather than me telling you how great this is, or what a great company this is, or Simone telling you that, or whoever's invited you on. That may be one thing because we've got maybe a testimonial to share about how we felt by being on it. But when you get validated by an organization, you know, and so Simone, can you talk about that? You know, this company been around a little while before this, you know, they received this certification, yeah, for them, for their what they've been doing in this space.
Yeah, this project is started in 2004. So in 10 years, after 10 years, they did start to do the tests to make sure everything is what the owner who created this project, what is Senor Carlos Henrique, is the CEO of the company. And when he did all this, he tried to find, in the beginning, nobody believed it's going to make any difference in the water. But he invested a lot of money. And even people, his friends, doctors say, oh, you go to prison because you've been saying something, this is not realistic, because people never heard about magnetized water. But he say, I know what I did. I know what I did. And it's good because the family support him. Even when he starts sell parts of the farm, because he was very successful man before. And he's a businessman. So he knew, but everybody like crazy. And he say, I know what I did. And this is going to help a lot of people. And then after that, of course, it got to pass in all the scientific proof we have now. We are 52 articles now published in the Google Scholar. And of course, this go to the company in Brazil, and they went to the Federal Congress in Brazil. And this letter is really proof he was right. This project is really going to help the humanity. And that's why this is a blessing in the people's life, because it's water and everybody needs to drink water. And he tried to find something, how can he help people? And this was the best way he could have found. And it definitely, yes, he's been helping a lot of people. He's in 22 years, is this year complete 22 years. And we are about 70,000 people. Can you imagine 70,000 people work with him? So 70,000 people try this water. saw the benefits and decided to work. Is so many people doesn't work with us. Can you imagine how many he's already helping people? And now it's spreading in international now. So it's just 3 years ago. So the effect of magnetized water is the alkalination of the blood. So people say, oh, it's changed the pH, make your blood, your water alkaline. No, it doesn't make the water alkaline, but it is the most important to make your blood alkaline. So that's the important, isn't it, Leroy? To make sure people need to understand that you need to make your body alkaline. When you have your water alkaline, if it passes from 9.5, it's very dangerous. So that's why you need to learn about this, because when I started the business, I didn't know the psilocybin make change the way when you drink it is make your blood alkaline. So when I heard about alkaline, I didn't understand anything about it. And I watched a video saying, oh, it's dangerous if you drink alkaline water. I was like, oh my God, I've been giving this to everybody. And then, of course, after you start learning, you understand the difference from alkaline water to make your blood alkaline. So this is important to know.
Yeah, absolutely. That is real. That's a real key here. And of course, you have the benefits that you see here, increasing bone mineral mass. You know, as people get older, our bodies, you know, especially, you know, brittle bones and things of that nature, osteoporosis, you know, the list can go on. So in helping increase the bone mineral mass is absolutely key, especially as we age, and increasing blood oxidation, increasing minerals in water by the top H. So you got two items here, my friends. The blue one is the magnet that breaks down those molecules that we spoke about. And then you see the green one, Top H Plus, which is full of the minerals. The combination of them, my friends, is dynamic duo. I love them together. Of course, you could have the magnet on its own, and like there's, you know, Timol's not the only company that deals with magnetized water, but the other company that has this combo, which has, you know, such an amazing effect, because most of the time we're not getting enough minerals, and your body needs minerals. So many things deplete us on a day-to-day basis. So if you have these two together, you're giving your body a really fighting chance. Like I said, with so much acidity that's out there in so many different things, this is a great product to have with you. And so this item here, this is the mega one. This treats up to 20 liters. There's a mini version as well, which treats up to 3 liters. And so, you know, wherever you are, maybe you go to the gym a lot, and you have maybe the smaller one, like me. I'm actually fixing to go to the gym later on today. So you may have the smaller one. I always walk about with my water bottle. Simone goes everywhere in the world. Her water bottle has done more miles than most people have in their lifetime, right? Yeah. Every country, right? That you take it with you.
Yes, every country I go with me. Everywhere is this water is, and of course everybody look and can see something inside, and the people try to get close to me to ask, and I'm glad they do that, because it's the way I can spread more about this project. Yeah. So it's something you can take it so easy, because you put it this, doesn't matter where you go, this is go everywhere. And then of course some people, what is that? Even when they pass the X-ray, they want to see, they want to know what is this. Yeah. They look at my water bottle and say, what is that inside? Yeah. When I explain it, they feel like, what? So this project, do this, and they all get my number. And this is the way you need to spread and this project everywhere. And I went in so many countries, really. They travel a lot with me.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, best friend, you don't want to leave home without it. I never leave home without it. Same way, you know, I get people engaging in conversation, because it's like, you know, it's just that you don't see that really at all. So if somebody sees that, they're like, what's that? And then obviously opens the door for a conversation. And obviously you can have it at home, you can have it in your filtered water and your dispenser, which however you have it, as long as you have it, we don't care. But there's many different ways in which you can have this with you 24/7, so you're never without it. All right. So again, if you do your research, go online. You can look up psilocybin. There's you'll see different things, testimonials. A lot of this stuff is out there in the ether, so you know there's no shortage of testimonials. A lot of it's in Portuguese. We're now having a lot of English speaking testimonials that we're sharing, and you may hear from some people tonight. And as Simone was saying, right, this is the gentleman, you actually had the pleasure of meeting him earlier this month, right, when you was in Brazil.
Yeah, no, I met him 2 years ago. Well, I went to Brazil, actually, I think 3 years now, because it was soon I started the business. And then in 1 year, I went to Brazil because I want to know the company. And then I went in there and I met everybody. And I met him twice already. Twice I met him. Yes.
Awesome.
Oh,
Awesome.
nice.
Yeah. So he's the founder of the company, still there today. And, you know, as you heard, his goal was to provide health and quality of life for people through high quality water that truly hydrates. I think I can safely say I can tick the box. He's definitely done that. His daughter, as well, is involved in the company. And we heard from her a few weeks back. And so it's always good to see that legacy. You know, it's a real company. There's real product making a massive difference out there. Let me just mute the lines, guys. Just mute yourself, please. We'll be going through some testimonials in a bit. So it's good to see that. And as Simone's saying, you know, it's now 22 years in the market. 22 years, guys. This company is not on trial. We're not wondering, does it work? Does it do what it said? No, it's been doing it for 22 years. And, you know, we had the certification there to validate what they're doing. Okay. And scores of testimonials from the most remote things I've seen and heard to, you know, just some you can call. I'll just give you a quick example as we go into talking about testimonials. Just sharing it with somebody on the weekend and them coming back the next day to say, wow, I liked what you gave me with that water. I want to order some. That's the power of what we have here. Now, we're not saying the moment you take it, every single person is going to get a reaction straight away out the gate. You know, everybody's body's different. But one thing I know, my friends, we are all made the same. Cut me, I'm gonna bleed red. Cut you, you're gonna bleed red, right? We all have red blood running through our veins. We all have cells, and those cells need to be hydrated. This is the way we do it, my friends. This is the way you do it. The way we're doing it. And we're expanding this, and we're sharing this with as many people around the world as we can get the product into their hands, because we know so many people are in need of what we have. Think about this, my friends. We're going to be talking a bit about the business in a bit, but just think about a product. Some people think, oh man, I've got this amazing product in this niche market here, and we've got millions of people that want this product. How about a product that billions of people take, drink, and need? There's no shortage, right, of people from the time they're knee high to the time they are taller than yourself, right? Everybody in between that, black, white, yellow, pink, whatever the color, right? We all need this water. We all need water to survive. And so what better product, my friends? If you can have a cell phone that you do not want to leave home without, and if you leave home and you forget, oh my gosh, you go back. This is the way people are with their water. If I left my water at home, trust me, I'm stopping the car, I'm turning back, and I'm picking up my water. It's as simple as that. That is how we are. Because once you get on this product, you will see the benefits. So my friends, we're going to be talking and sharing some testimonials. This product, Psilocimol, is not intended to cure disease, but rather to magnetize water. Really want to make that clear. I'm not no doctor, I'm no medical professional. But as you can see here, magnetized water will be an adjunct in health treatment and will improve your quality of life by reducing acidity and free radicals in the body. The two things we started off on this meeting talking about was acidity and free radicals. My friends, if you can do that, if you have something that is effective to manage reducing the acidity in your body and the free radicals, then you have a product that people want. My friends, we have exactly that. Now, just to show you the wide array of testimonials, you know, from skin appearance issues, you know, we're talking about vitiligo. I had somebody that's in the business spoke about, and this was amazing. She had something on her skin that she's had for years and has tried so many different ways, products over the years to get rid of it. And, you know, if she was here, she may even share, but she didn't realize, because I was asking her, do you have it before and after? And she said, look, after a few weeks of drinking this, it just fell off. So she didn't even think about taking a before and after. So that's the power of what we have, right? People could be spending hundreds of dollars, spending years trying to deal with a particular condition or another, and just by upping their increase of water with this product, they're seeing the benefits and they're feeling the benefits. So this before and after kind of blew me away when I saw this for the first time. All right, let me just mute the lines again. So again, if anyone's got a testimony they want to share, please raise your hand. Love to unmute you, love to hear from you. This is part of the presentation I really look forward to, because I'm just blown away by hearing so many different varied testimonials that we have here. So then we're talking about the outward appearance, skin conditions. Again, this gentleman here, all over his body, and to have again this before and after is just absolutely amazing. Absolutely floors me. So we've had all sorts of health challenges people have had. Again, diabetes, people who have diabetic. This gentleman here, again promoting the product. Again, this video is in Portuguese, so I want to convert some of these videos. We've had so many different scenarios, and my friends, let me just stop the share here. I'll just share it with you before anybody else comes on. Myself, I've had this challenge with my hip, this hip pain, for the last, since I hit my 50s. All I can say is I started to experience pain in my body that I've never experienced before. Anyway, I started to, go to the chiropractor because I thought, the sciatica pain and stuff like that is just with my posture. And yeah, definitely there were some benefits to that, but I couldn't get rid of this pain in my hip. And for the life of me, going to the chiropractor, going to physio, I'm not necessarily the best at doing these stretches and stuff like that they told me to do. Go to the doctors, telling them about this pain, having my scans, my bloods done. Anyway, I hear about this product and I'm like, what if this product can help me? I know I'm not drinking enough water, so if this is going to help me drink more water, I'm in. But I never realized or thought that within days of me taking this product, it would help me with my pain in my hip. Now, this is going on almost 2 months now, close to 2 months. And thank God, I do not feel that pain that I had, that for years I've been challenging or struggled with, just through me now drinking this product. That's the only difference. I'm not somebody who takes pharmaceuticals. And so this is the only difference. I've added something natural that I took and helped me with my body. So again, if anybody want to share, Simone, if you want to share anything from your side, there's just so many benefits I've seen people just, and again, one of the ladies, I'll just tell you this, one of the ladies I shared this with on the weekend, on a Saturday, I gave her a bottle of water. She was complaining about this cough, this persistent cough she gets. And I said, well, do you know what? I don't know, but you're drinking water. I saw her drinking a water bottle. I said, I've got something that's going to super amp up your water. And she said, what is it? I said, I gave her the spiel. Anyway, proof's in the pudding, right? I gave her the product to her husband on a Saturday. By the following day at church, I see her and she's like, in fact, I heard from my husband first. She said, I think my wife's going to buy one of those products off you. And so I spoke to her and she's like, yeah, I've noticed the coughing is not as persistent as it's been. I said, fantastic, because I don't know, what the effect is. I'm not saying, oh, take this and in 24 hours, this is going to happen. I'm just like, try the water. Try how do you like it? How do you feel about it? And so to have that in less than 24 hours, my friends, it was just like, yeah, okay. I know how good it is. But, when somebody comes and tells you, then you know that we've got something that's pretty amazing. Right, Simone? We've got something that's different for sure.
Yes, it's make a difference. Like when I start this project, I came with my daughter. She just leaving now.
Nice.
And I'm gonna tell. And then when I came to this project was because of my daughter, because she's the one show me this product is really work. She used to have really bad cramps, and we have a video. One day I'm gonna give it to Leroy too. He can put it here, because she really suffer every month. She suffer a lot with cramps, and to see my daughter suffer was like kill me. And when she started drinking the water, she even said to me, "Mommy, you believe in everything. Water is water. Mommy, please." And she's like, "Really, Mommy? You're gonna drink this water? You think it is gonna help?" She was like, she completely against. She didn't believe it. But I say to her, "Yes, we're gonna drink." She say, "We?" I say, "Yes, we're gonna drink it because I want to see if it works. Because if it works, Jasmine, we're gonna help so many people. So let's try." And she drank the water and she said, "Okay, I'm gonna drink." And then she drank the water because she wanted to prove it to me it's not working. And she was the first one to see the results. Of course, I gave it to my friends, and for her, it took 3 months. But with my daughter, it was in 10 days. So, of course, it's all different people, different body. We don't know, it's everybody's different. So, my daughter take 10 days. She couldn't believe it, the water helped her because she suffered a lot before and didn't complete change. My friend took 3 months. And after that, I started to get so excited about this project. I say I was concentrated to help girls with cramps. And now I help people with so many things different. Like we have this doctor, and I love when he comes, but he's very busy. And then that's why it's difficult. But he's in Africa, in Nigeria. When I have a meeting with him in December. I'm never going to forget that. We talk a lot about. And he said, "Okay, I'm going to try." And it disappeared for 5 months. Natalia didn't say anything. I said, "Okay." In 5 months, he sent me a message, "Simone, today I'm a part of this project because I'm not just drinking. I'm giving now to my patients." When he says give it to his patient, he's helping his patient, he's giving water. People come to the hospital, to the clinic to get water from him. Then you say, "I'm in the right business. I'm in the right place." It's like is a blessing. For me, this project is no a job, is no work, is no like difficult. It's very easy to talk about this project because it's something is real. Like I say, some people can see in 1-2 days, some people take 3 months. It's all different, but you're gonna see. You're gonna see the difference. So that's the only thing you need to try. Just try, give a chance, try.
Exactly. That's it. Proof's in the pudding, my friends. So once you try that, you'll see for yourself the benefits, the immense benefits that your body. And like I said, I love the fact that your friend, it was 90 days, because I think some people, and sometimes we talk about it, some people do get a reaction straight away, 24 hours later, or even less. And not everybody, everybody's different. It will just give your body time to receive the product and just make it a lifestyle for yourself, and then we'll see what happens from there.
Yeah, so I was quite worried. Because my daughter was so quickly, 10 days. And I said to my friend, "Okay, give me back. I give your money back." She said, "No, I love the water. And she said to me, "Simone, even doctor helped me. So I done everything. So don't worry about it. I love the water." But it didn't help me. But in 3 months, did help.
Wow. Amazing. I love that. And just to talk about that real quick, and somebody was asking me a question. I don't know if anyone's got a question on here, but somebody was got a question was like, "Oh, is there a like money back when you buy the product?" I said, "No, when you buy the product, you just buy it and utilize it. It's a one-off purchase." I mean, I don't know if I mentioned it, but the magnet lasts 30 years, right? So we're not looking for you to, unless you break it, we're not looking for you to be replacing it anytime soon, right? And the minerals is 3 years. So again, you're not buying it next month and have it next year. No, these are going to last you a good number of years. So I said, no, you just buy the product and just utilize it and share it with other people, if anything. And so, somebody was asking me about a money. Is there what's it called? Like the refund policy. And I said, no, there's not. You just buy it. So just buy it and utilize it, and that you'll benefit one way or the other. But nobody want, like you said, with your friend, you're like, "Wait, I want it." You're not getting this off me. And so we're talking about in ourselves, human beings with our millions of cells. What about in the plants? Okay, again, more production. So this is, you can't make this stuff up, guys. More production through adding this to the soil. And this is obviously more an industrial version of the product. And so farmers are benefiting from this immensely. And guys, we you know, we've spread so far from different parts around the world. We've got testimonials from all different ages of people, all different circumstances. And so we know that this product is working phenomenally well for people and their health. Now we're going to kind of switch gears here. We're going to now talk about a bit about the money aspect. As I mentioned in the presentation, you know, we are living longer as a nation, and you know, we are seeing, and I see all the time, and I don't know about you guys, but you know, older people who you thought would have just been retired and enjoying their best life or so, they're working into their 70s, they're working into their 80s, right? We're living longer, but yet the need to make ends meet have increased. Everything's gone up. Don't care where you are in the world, everyone's facing the same plight. We're right through a war in one place or another, and we're feeling the effects of that. So we're going to be talking about a way in which you can, just by sharing like what we're doing here, sharing information, helping people with their health, and getting rewarded financially for that. For me, you know, first and foremost, I would do this for free. Like if there was no money, if there was no compensation referral model, I would still share the benefits of this. I've done it for many other things, you know, and we all do it. We go to a great restaurant and I talk about it to death. I say, oh my God, you got to go to this place. And my, you know, was hearing about another place. I now want to check out, because word of mouth is more powerful than somebody with a billboard and you drive past. But when somebody recommends something to you, you're more likely to listen to it. And that's what we have here. I'm not going to go through every single aspect of it, but we do have 6 different ways. I want to touch base on them. But whoever's interested in finding out more about the income side, of course, you can get back to the person who's invited you to get a bit more in-depth information. But it says here, it's time to change your life. Timol's here absolutely to help you with that. So a great business is made from a great product, right? If there was no need, there was no desire for this product, there would be nobody wanting it and needing it. And the company would not have lasted 22 years if it didn't have a market, a target audience. So this is a product of, as it says here, prime necessity. Magnetized water is essential for our health. I'm sure you will all agree. For those of you who haven't tried the product, of course, you know, get back to the person who's invited you on for you to try it. So again, I'm going to kind of go through, touch base on this. I'm not going to spend an exorbitant amount of time on it, but I want to give you enough information so you understand that there is a way here for you to add or supplement your income and add to whatever you want to be paying for. So there's 2 models here. You've got the team referral building aspect, where you can leverage your contacts, and there's the direct sales aspect to it, where you can get the product at one price, wholesale price, and sell at retail, which is, you know, straightforward to do. Okay, so if you have that, we're going to show you how you can make this, you know, the permanent income through leveraging your team. So, you know, again, if you decide to, you may just want to sell it yourself. You may not even want to be interested in bringing on team members, but they will probably say to you, how can I make money out of this? And they, you know, and that's normally the conversation. In my experience, in the time I've been here, people who have become customers of the product, they are now sharing it with their friends. They're giving them samples of the product, and now it's like, well, you know, I want to now come on board. And so, you know, it's really the natural progression of what's next. So marketing, as we know, you know, if you don't know, traditional business is done like this. You know, you have the industry, you have the wholesaler, the distribution method, the supermarket, and then you, the consumer, gets the product. So I buy these big water bottles, 15 liters, sorry. And, you know, sometimes I can tell it's been sitting in a warehouse. Talking about me, I wanted to get the best water for myself. They've been sitting in a warehouse, God knows how long, because the amount of dust that's on it. So it goes through that whole process. Everybody gets a piece of the action, and then you get it as a consumer, right? Now, what if we can cut all of that out? You do, you know, you have the industry that makes the product, and it gets sent to you. So in this case, Timol's, you deal directly with Timol, and then your customer deals directly with you. That's it. Okay, no middle person, no middleman cutting into that. You can deal directly with your customer base, and they will benefit from getting the product. So again, very straightforward. That's where direct marketing allows that to happen, for you to set up yourself. And again, I'm no tax professional, but the advantages of having a home business are immense. Okay, so again, if you want to be making money, that's one aspect, but to be saving money, which is the cornerstone of where money comes from, you can make $1 million a year and still be broke. So if you're not finding a way in which you can retain that money, you're always going to be broke, which is why having a home business is a massive tax benefit for yourselves. So I'm just going to give an example here. If you shared this with 2 people a day, this is not you doing a presentation, going through all the slides and all this kind of stuff. No, this is you maybe sharing a video, sampling a product with somebody, or just directing them to a pre-recorded video or a live presentation like this. Okay, you did this in the AM and you did this in the PM. Monday to Friday, you gave yourself the weekends off, right? So you exposed the information to 40 people throughout the month. Now, the numbers are the numbers, okay? Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. So I'm going to show you what the numbers would look like for you if you did what I'm sharing with you. If somebody, decides to come on board, and I'm only going to show you with one of the products, okay? Which is the mega combo. There's a mini combo. There's other products that the company has in Brazil. I'm just going to be talking about the mega combo here. So after you sell 5 of the mega combos, your pricing is actually better, and you're going to be earning 180 euros each time, right? So let's say you do 1 a week, okay? Out of you exposing this twice a day and stuff like that, you end up selling 1 a week for the month. You're going to end up with 720 euros. Now, I don't know what your expenditure is, what your bills are, how much it costs you for your car note, how much it costs you for if you've got a rental property, or if you've got a mortgage. I don't know how much 720 euros will do for you. Only you know that. But then you can get an idea of how this can maybe help you in that area. What if you did 3 a week? Okay, so instead of 1 a week, you did 3 a week. You're now looking at $2,000 a month. Now again, convert that to pounds, convert that to whatever currency you're in. But this is 2,000 euros. And again, you make up whatever you need. Would that cover something else? Would that pay down for a trip of some sorts, or do a lot more than that? Okay. And again, if you did more than that, if you sold 5 of these in a week, you're looking at 3,600. So we're going from maybe paying more than car note, paying 3,600 a month. That could do a lot more. You could be opening up in a business. You could actually, maybe you reducing hours. If you had a second income coming in, you did another job, you might decide, you know what, I don't need to spend so much hours doing that. If I could bring in the equivalent and do this from home. Guys, you're doing this from anywhere in the world. Wherever you've got an internet connection, you don't need to set up office somewhere. You don't need to go to your office. Your home office could be your kitchen table or a corner in your home somewhere. All right, so very easy to do. Now, we have a refer and earn model like any company out there. You share this with somebody. They come in at the silver level. So the first entry level will be the silver level. You'll earn 80 euros. From that silver level is somebody who decides to become a franchisee like yourself. And with that, they come with the mega combo. So they get the product with that, and you earn 80 euro. They come in at the high level, which is the gold level, and that comes with 2 products, and you earn $161. So you're earning double the amount. And if you do decide to share it with somebody and they come in with a platinum package, it's 322. So again, that's the highest level. And these are, when somebody joins, they could join at whatever level. They can upgrade to go from one level to the other, whatever they feel is appropriate. So Simone, I want you to talk about the quick start bonus that somebody can get when they come in and decide to get started.
Yes. So in this project, when you, like you, Leroy explained, when you come into the project and you bring some people, you get some bonus from the company. Yeah. But when you help those people you brought, maybe your sister, your cousin, your friends, after you help them as well to bring some people, you're going to get more bonus from the company. So you do first one come, like for example, your sister brings some friends, and then your brother brought somebody else. If that happen in 45 days from the first one enjoy the company, to the next one, 45 days. In that time, you're going to get the bonus as well. If you was the franchise, like the Platinum franchise, you're going to get 600 reais, what is about 100 euros. Yeah, you can get as well. So this is just the company gave it to you because, of course, you help your group to grow as well. And this is growth. If it's 2 gold, you're going to get 400 reais. What they're going to change it from the day you check the money, isn't it? Then they pay you. And not just the first level, the second level as well. So this is the company helping you for you help your group. Anyway, you're going to help your friends because you brought that, you want to they get the money as well. So this is the company pay you as well. So this is one of, so first you buy and you sell. So you buy from the product from the company, you sell. The second one, when you bring people to work with you, you get some money. The third is that one. When you help these people come, the company help as well. So this is the 3 bonus the company give you, but we have more. We have the Binary, and this is another one. This is a new one as well. We start to grow in the company like a leader, Ruby. You start to go to Diamond, it's growing in that. And then depending how many people you have in the group, they're gonna count the points in the line. So if you have 3 people, you brought 3, they're gonna count these points and how many people they bring, how many points get it, because every product is a point, every franchise a point. For you have idea, the gold franchise give you 500 points. Yeah, so the silver give you 250 points. The platinum give you 1,000 points. So more your group grow with the points, you get the bonus as well. And this transfer and money, the company pay to you some money as well. It's all depending how many people you have in the group. Yeah, this is the 4th way the company give you some monies. And this, the 5th is was about the Binary, is how many people you bring the company. It's not just you. For example, your sister brought to someone, and if it's in a small leg, you're gonna get 36.80 euro. If it's one person, but can you imagine it? You bring just 4 people. That's why we say, just come and bring 4 people with you. And each one bring 4, you're gonna grow in the company. Can you imagine? The 4 land is gonna be 250 people. So this is gonna grow. This is the money you can get, and this is infinite. It doesn't stop it. It's carry on. So if you put 1 person here, you get 1 amount. When you put in another one, you get that amount plus more money. So it's just grow, just grow. This is the 5th bonus. And the 6th bonus is the next one about the everything your group buy. And every time they buy a product to sell, the company give you. If it's 1 person, 2 euros. It's nothing. You think about 2.27 euros, it's nothing. But can you imagine these 4 bring 4 and 16. Another 4, everybody bring 4, it's going to be 64. And then you start to see the money. Can you imagine if you have 1,000 people? Every month they buy just 1 product and you get just 2.27 euros from 1. But if you have 4,000 people, look at how much money you can get. Like my friend who brought me, she has 6,000 people in her group. If everybody in the group buy just 1 product, and some people buy much more than 1 product, isn't it? It all depends. So there is where you start your retirement, when you start to have 4,000 people. And it's not something to feel good to. My friend in 6 years now, she has more than 6,000 people in her group. And we are all in her group. So everything we do, everything we buy, she gets some bonus as well. So this is really amazing. It is 6 bonus the company pay, 6 bonus.
Yeah. Awesome. And this is the franchise amount. So if you want to come in and, you know, you have people that want the product. In fact, even if you just wanted the product for yourself and you know, a couple of people that you were interested in the product, silver franchise, 840 euros, you're going to get the mega combo with that. And I just showed you at the beginning of the amount of money, just on the 1 product, just the mega combo, the retail money that you could make. You can pay back that money just on the retail sales on you doing 1 a week, selling 1 mega combo a week for that month. You almost paid your whole franchise and you've got your product with you. And then you've got the gold membership, which comes with both mini and the mega combo, and then the platinum from there. So again, you can scale up from one level to the other as you progress through the business. So there you have it, my friends. I'm gonna fully end, as Simone alluded to. There's points that you generate as you go through the plan, and so those points add up. Yeah, points, as you know, as Bruce Forsyth would say, points make prizes. And so there is prizes up here. There's different things that you can see. If you like to travel, there's options there that the company has. And there's people who've walked away with cars and laptops and all sorts of stuff, right? So depending on what you see here, then there's something here for you. So with that said, thank you for sharing with our time today, just over an hour or so, of what Timor's about and why we're so passionate about this company, why it means so much to us. Simone, I'm going to let you close out. And just get back to whoever's invited you on. I don't know if there's somebody who wanted to share. We can mute the lines, but if there's any questions, feel free to just raise your hand real quick and we'll come to you. With that said, over to you, Simone.
Yeah, so just want to say this project is really a blessing. That's why we take so long time to talk about the project, how it works in your body, because this is the most important, is about your health. After you see that, and if you're interested to be part of the team, and you drink already the water, you see the result in yourself, why not share with your friends and family? This is the point. After you see the result, like for me, after you see what's happened to my daughter, I say, I need to spread that. And this is what I'm doing for these 4 years, is spread this project, tell everybody about. So the first thing, you need to drink the water, see the result in yourself. And then after that, is no way you're not going to talk about it. If you go to a hairdresser, you like it, and people ask it, you're going to tell about it. Can you imagine you help someone, they are sick, or they not drink enough water, they have kidney problem or other problems, and you're going to be able just to tell, oh, my friend have some products can help you with water. Yeah. It's amazing. Everybody drink water.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know I was going to say for you to say the last word, but you just triggered something. On the weekend,
you cannot find anything.
Yeah, I was saying on the weekend, on a Friday, I had to see my dentist, and I've been going there for years, right? And we got talking about health because unfortunately he's got cancer, forget what type, and he showed me he had a insertion done and things of that nature. So I was talking to him about the benefits of the water. And then just as I was leaving, his receptionist, we were talking, and this is the first time me and her have spoken about anything outside of the appointment. We're normally just, this is the appointment for the next meeting and stuff. And so she was showing me her water bottle and what she does, and I was saying, and she's interested in, I said, same thing like you. I said, look, what's in here? And she wanted to know more information. So I'm going to slap myself on the wrist because I should have sent her the information over the weekend. But I'm just going to show you, ladies and gentlemen, this for the first time, I feel empowered to actually not just, obviously pray for him and stuff like that, but to give him something that can help him on his journey. And we all have that with what we have here. So I just felt that, you just mentioned there with so many different people with different health challenges. And unfortunately, so many more people are really in need of what we have in our hands. So now you can have the final word.
Yes, no, it's like that's why I love this project, because sometimes someone is praying for something come to their life, and we have that project, a blessed project, with we being helped so many people. It's just the first thing, you drink the water, see the benefit in yourself, because there's no way you're not gonna tell others about it. Especially when you heard someone say, oh, my daughter have this, or my brother have something, or my mom have something. And maybe sometimes you are helping your mom at home. You cannot go out for work because you need to be with your parents at home, or you have kids at home. And then this is the second part, you can work from home. You, like me, I'm in home now and I can work from home. So it's something that benefits. You're gonna helping people even inside your house. It's a blessing. And they don't need to be there. Like, look, I'm in England, Leroy is in Canada, and Carmen was in Guinea-Bissau. You know, everybody's different country. And we are here together, connected. So this is really a project with everybody. Everybody needed this project. So God bless you all. Thank you so much, Leroy. I'm
Yeah.
so happy to have you here with me and helping everybody here with English, isn't it? This is amazing.
you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bless you. It's an honor. Absolutely. All right, guys. Next meeting Thursday, same time, same channel. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you then. All right. God bless.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Good stuff. All right, guys. Take care. All the best. Abidanchi.